Web3 TV.
Hello and welcome to Web3 TV. I'm Lisa Amnegard, and today we're at Coinvesting. And joining me right now is Alex from Simplicity. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
How's the event been so far?
The event was quite good, to be honest. The presentations I really enjoyed, and that was quite rare considering most presentations are pretty bad. But these ones are actually very, very solid. So.
You were a speaker. So of course.
Yeah. I mean, I used Microsoft Paint instead of PowerPoint. So, I think that's quite unique.
But I'm really interested to know more about Simplicity and what you guys are doing.
Sure. We're a advisory firm specialized in tokenomics. We do research, we do a bit of marketing, and we also have a syndicate investment arm. And basically, we just work with any crypto startups, whether they are late stage, early stage, doesn't really matter, but we just help them out.
And the overall theme today was how to scale AI, but you talked about a different type of scaling, about scaling tokens. So Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What should people know when it comes to that?
Sure, yeah. So it was about scaling sustainably, and fundamentally the biggest two takeaways is, number one, you want to launch with a very low and reasonable valuation. If that means you can't raise as much money with the token, that's fine. You can do so with, by raising equity or by working a second job or by getting a loan from the bank. You launch with a very low valuation. And the second thing is you want to make sure that your unlocks and the vesting schedules are in line with your user growth. So if you know that your user growth is going to plateau after a year, you need to rethink your vesting schedule so that they are aligned with the slow down of the growth of users.
Interesting. So what are the most common mistakes that people make when, let's say, trying to scale a token?
Yeah, so it's pretty much just that. They launch with a valuation that's way too high. And what happens is when you launch, you only have a small amount of tokens in the market. So the token seems to be doing fine for a couple of months. But then as soon as all of the unlocks start happening, the tokens are vested, VCs are selling, the team is selling, there is just nowhere near enough buy pressure to sustain that valuation and that price, which is why all of them go down and remain 90% down. So if you start 90% down, then you're only going sideways or maybe even up. So that's what I would recommend.
And in your opinion, there's so many tokens these days. Is the market oversaturated, or can you still make money?
Make money as who? As retail users or as the projects?
As a project.
Yeah. So, projects are companies at the end of the day, so they should be making money from revenue in general. From the token, however, yes, completely agree, is super saturated. What you have to do, though, is just stand out in your narrative compared to other projects in your narrative, because it's saturated, yes, but it's saturated with, I don't know what words I'm allowed to say on air, but it's not saturated with great projects, you can say that. So if you are a good project, it doesn't actually take that much to stand out. And if you're standing out, then it's not really that saturated, So I think there's definitely a lot of potential still for any founders or startups and their tokens.
So start low and have a great project, and then you should be able to have a good token, right?
Precisely, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Likewise.
And I'll be bringing you more interviews. My name is Lisa Amnegard, and you're watching Web3 TV.
Web3